What if the very traits you're most ashamed of, the anger, the fear, the envy, hold the key to your life's purpose? What if, instead of hiding from these darker sides of ourselves, we were meant to face them head-on, to learn from them, and ultimately, to find our truest selves? Today, we're diving into the profound philosophy of Carl Jung, the man who believed that true self-discovery comes not just from knowing our strengths, but from understanding and embracing the parts of ourselves we'd rather ignore. Stick around, because this journey into the depths of our own psyche could unlock a path to meaning that most of us are afraid to explore. Let's start with a radical idea from Jung: who looks outside dreams, who looks inside awakes. Most of us spend our lives searching outside for meaning through accomplishments, relationships, and status. But Jung argued that the key to finding purpose lies within, in the parts of ourselves we don't fully understand. He referred to these hidden aspects as our shadow, a part of the unconscious where all of our repressed desires, emotions, and traits reside. This shadow side contains everything we might wish to reject or deny about ourselves. And Jung believed that facing our shadow is the first step toward true self-realization. So what exactly is the shadow, and why should we care? Imagine for a moment that your consciousness is like an iceberg. The part above water is everything you're aware of, your likes, dislikes, goals, fears. But below the surface, hidden from view, lies the vast majority of who you are, the unconscious. It's here that your shadow lies, holding on to those parts of yourself you've ignored or repressed. This might include emotions like jealousy, resentment, or anger, but also forgotten dreams, hidden talents, and unexplored desires. Jung believed that your life's purpose is actually bound up in this shadow, and that only by exploring it can you find your true path. To begin this process, Jung encourages us to get to know our darkness. Now, this doesn't mean becoming defined by our darker traits. It's not about becoming an angry or jealous person. Instead, it's about recognizing and understanding these parts. This recognition can begin through self-reflection, asking yourself honest, probing questions about your reactions and behaviors. Why did you react the way you did? Did your response feel authentic? Or did it feel like a mask you wear to fit in? This is what Jung called shadow work, an active effort to become aware of and understand the unconscious forces driving our lives. There are simple ways to begin this work. Try journaling each day, reflecting on your thoughts, emotions, and reactions. Did something irritate you? Did someone else's behavior make you uncomfortable? Ask yourself why. Often, the traits we criticize in others reveal the traits we're repressing within ourselves, a phenomenon Jung called projection. For instance, if someone's impatience bothers you, it might be because you're repressing your own impatient tendencies. By understanding these reflections, you start to uncover parts of yourself that have been hidden away. But getting to know your shadow is just the beginning. Once you become aware of these traits, the next step is learning to integrate them, to put them to use, rather than pushing them back into the unconscious. For example, anger, when controlled, can be a powerful tool for self-advocacy. Laziness, when balanced, can remind you to take well-deserved rest. By finding healthy ways to express these darker traits, you make them part of your whole self, rather than forces that control you from the shadows. Jung argued that true self-realization requires us to accept all parts of ourselves, even those we might not like. Jung said, "I don't aspire to be a good man. I aspire to be a whole man." Embracing wholeness doesn't mean we become perfect, but that we accept every side of ourselves. This journey of self-integration isn't always easy. It requires courage to face uncomfortable truths about who we are. But the reward is immense. A life where we're free from the need to hide or suppress parts of ourselves, where we're able to act authentically and without fear. As we integrate our shadow, we start to feel more balanced, more real, and more empowered. This self-acceptance brings us closer to understanding what truly matters to us, allowing us to find a sense of purpose that's grounded in who we really are. But Jung was also clear. Knowing yourself means nothing if it doesn't translate into action. He believed that purpose isn't found in what we think or say, but in what we do. So once you have this newfound understanding of yourself, the next step is to take action. Jung said, "You are what you do, not what you say you'll do." To live with purpose, you have to live actively, making conscious choices and pursuing meaningful goals rather than just reacting to what life throws at you. For many of us, this means stepping out of our comfort zones, challenging ourselves, and daring to pursue what truly excites us. Ask yourself what you want to contribute to the world, how you want to live, and what kind of person you want to be. If you find yourself stuck in dreams of what could be, take small steps each day to make it a reality. If your dream is to write a book, don't wait for the perfect moment. Start writing. If you want to make a difference, start by taking action, however small. Purpose is something you create through your actions, not something that magically appears. But why is it so hard for most of us to act? The answer, according to Jung, is fear. Fear is often the biggest barrier to living a meaningful life. We fear failure, rejection, or that our efforts might not pay off. Jung once said, "Where your fear is, there is your task." He believed that the things we're most afraid of are often the areas where we need to grow the most. By facing our fears directly, we expand our boundaries and gain confidence in our ability to handle life's challenges. Embracing fear doesn't mean you won't feel it, but rather that you'll be prepared to act in spite of it. Acknowledge your fears, understand where they come from, and prepare for potential setbacks. But don't let these possibilities hold you back. Fear will always be a part of life, but bravery is about facing those fears and moving forward anyway. Jung believed that only by stepping into the unknown can we discover our truest selves and our greatest potential. When we face the things we're most afraid of, we often find meaning and growth that we didn't even know we were looking for. And finally, Jung reminds us that life will always contain hardship. He said, "Even a happy life cannot be without a measure of darkness, and the word happy would lose its meaning if it were not balanced by sadness. To truly appreciate joy, we must also know sorrow. Meaning isn't found in constant happiness or success, but in embracing the full spectrum of human experience, both the highs and the lows. Difficult times offer opportunities for resilience, self-discovery, and growth. They remind us of our strength and shape us into who we are meant to be." Jung believed that life's meaning doesn't come from what we achieve, but from the journey of self-discovery, from the courage to face ourselves, from the willingness to take action, and from the resilience to endure hardships. Meaning isn't a destination, it's a process. It's a constant unfolding as we grow, learn, and continue to understand ourselves more deeply. So, as you continue on your own journey, remember that the answers you seek are already within you, waiting to be uncovered. Keep asking questions, keep challenging yourself, and keep growing. And most importantly, don't shy away from the darker parts of yourself. They are just as essential to your purpose as your strengths and virtues. If you're ready to embrace the journey of self-discovery, subscribe to our channel, where we explore more of these profound ideas and how they can lead us to a life of meaning and purpose. Thank you for joining me, and I look forward to seeing you on this journey in our next video.